Man, why would it just? Why would it just try to fall? Just because I was doing it with one hand? Oh yeah, right. I guess I'm lazy if I'm trying to like move the screen with one hand. Alright. Hello everyone, this is Guitar Notes. My account was on deserted penalty about 14 hours ago. So I'm gonna show y'all why Nuwa is the most damaged stunning god. Let me tell you about her abilities first. So, well, first let's look at this. So basically what this does is, well, first let's get it to level 20 first. No, I think I'm gonna keep it on level 1 for right now. So it already tells you like how much damage he already does and whatnot. So hold up. So passive is after 5 successful basic attacks, Nuwa's the next basic attack will root enemies. And let me show y'all what that looks like as I'm hitting this Odin. That's what it looked like. Now let me show y'all something else.
Hey, what are you doing?
Nuwal condenses moisture into fog at her location, which then rolls forward away from her. She and all allies are stealth.
Just
Back for 1 second. Enemies that run into.
You beat them this morning?
Yeah, I did. Enemies that run into the fog take damage. You continue to take additional damage again every second they are in the fog. So, because enemies take additional damage, the perfect item that Nuwal needs is probably, you could either get Polynomicon, not stacks, because it says additional damage, right? So you can get this one. Doesn't do additional damage. Oh, wait. Yeah, it does. Look, it says your abilities deal an additional 2% of target's minimum health as magical damage. Yeah, so and it says if the target is over that, then it does like something else. Wait, hold up. If the enemy, so if the enemy is over like 2,750, how subsequent hits on the same target and do half the bonus damage for the next 3 seconds. But if you're 2,000 health, then your ability bonus damage scales up. This effect reaches a maximum of 7% minimum health damage at 2,700 in health. Subsequent, so since subsequent hits on the same target do have the bonus damage for the next 3 seconds. So basically they're saying she does magical damage. She does a lot of magical damage when you're at 2,000 health, but when you're more than that, she does even more with this item. That's why it has 130 magical power on it. But the one that has the most magical power is Ratatouille, because of its passive. The basic attacks and abilities gain 25% additional magical power against targets below. 50%. So this is a good item to put on her too. I want to go with these boots too. Nuwal conjures clay shoulders. And so let me show you what the first ability does. So let me increase 1 level. Let me just get it. That's what that do. And plus she goes invisible as well. And then her clay soldiers, if she marked any target and when summoning them, they will pursue that target until it dies. If she summoned them with no target, they will attack an enemy gods who damage Nuwal or closest enemies. Soldiers live for 10 seconds first day, will dash at enemies with 45 units, applying a stack of protection reduction, stacks up to 3 times. Stacks last 2 seconds and then they will basic attack after that. So let me show you our clay soldiers. This is the clay soldiers. Chain soldiers, I gain protection from that. Protection reduction, I meant. So. And then Nuwa launches a mass of shining metal, damaging all enemies and hits. It hits, and if it hits one of her clay soldiers, it explodes, dealing additional damage and stunning enemies. So that also has additional damage as well. So getting items that have additional damage is really important for Nuwa. So this is a good item to get too, because it has additional damage. This doesn't, so this item is better to get. I'll also consider getting, let me see. Let's see. Get that item too, like for people that don't want to die. Definitely get that one. This is what I'm going with. So now I'm gonna go to my third ability to show y'all like why it has a good effect on the first one, on the two I meant. You put the clay soldier to them, damage. You activate it like that, it will do more damage. And I'm gonna show y'all why. Okay. Why this item is good: when the enemy has a protection guard that has 2,000 health, the mage does more damage to them. But if they have over that much health, it will do more damage to them. Why this item good? Because basic attacks and abilities gain 25% additional damage, magical power, plus on her third ability. And her first ability makes her gain additional damage. Then you got this item right here. Grants her more movement speed on 25 magical power, and you have additional movement speed after leaving the fountain. This effect lasts 7 seconds. None of the other items have additional damage, but this item has additional movement speed, so that's good for her as an god. And this wait a minute. Shaman's ring is good for her because of her movement speed and her 100 magical power. Plus, you can get Bancross if you want. It does. Wait a minute. Plus, this is a good item to put on her too because you have additional magical power. When it says additional, so it means like scaling. So like ordinarily, that's what she has. That's what the item or ability has. Then this item right here does about 100 damage and after mitigation to enemy gods, gives you a stack. And so you can do damage mitigation with this item. It damages and mitigates the enemy. What damage mitigation is? This would be a good item for Kuzenbo. The Shaman's Ring evolves and gains a new passive. This passive makes your damaging abilities debuff enemies, causing them to take 10% in additional damage for all of your damage sources for 5 seconds. So that's why this is good too. Plus, you can just come here to stack it So you can debuff enemies and debuff the shit out of them. Oh, fly the fuck out of my face, man. So let me just go to level 20 and show y'all like actually how much damage this build actually does. So let me rank up all of my abilities because it already does damage already. As you've seen already, it did like 729 damage to that Odin. See? You see that damage I did? So I did 1,000. I did to the Odin. I did 1,000. 1,017 damage to the Odin with my third ability when all the minions was up. So if you hit all the minions, that person will die automatically. Plus Ratatouille did the damage automatically. So I'm top damage on this some reason. Imagine if I was up against a Neith. So let's see what happens to this Neith. So you see what I mean? I did 1,000 damage to the Neith. But watch this. Look how much damage my Smith does. Now let's see how much damage my Smith does. Now this is because I have Polynomicon, right? I forgot to tell y'all about these two items right here too. So Obsidian Shard, when your magical damage, your magic damage ignores 15% of enemy gods and magical protection. That means 50% of their, if the target has over 40 magical protection, this effect scales up to ignore a larger percentage of their protection. This caps at 45% magical penetration at 200 or more magical penetration. So that's why that's a good item. But why am I using it against Neith? The item that I need to use against Neith is this item. Why do I say that? Watch. That's why it's easier to kill her with this build. Remember, I didn't hit her that time. But that time I did. I actually killed her with my ability. So that's how you kill Neith. Now, how to kill how to kill a Ymir. Well, it's not rocket science, but it's pretty easy to kill Ymir. Because it was one more minion left, I was able to kill him. That's the damage you should be doing with Noir. Not only Noir is good, she can stun people too. Now the only reason I'm not fast enough is because I don't have attack speed on Noir. But if I do end up putting an attack speed on Noir, you know what's gonna happen? She's gonna be invincible. So that's where this comes in. She's already slow normally. See that? I can kill him even quicker now. That's why she's broken. And people still say she's not broken, but she is. But it's the same when you're going up against a Gold Fury. Or if you're going up against a Fire Giant. But remember, Fire Giant has both. So that's why this item is good. And that's how you actually kill someone. You just gotta keep hitting someone like with 5 basic attacks. But it's actually 6. See, now I'm doing like 10,000 damage with this chick. And that is how you play Noir. And that's how you build Noir too. damage new wall. This is perfect. This is a perfect build for any mage or guardian that wants to build tanky. This is the kind of build you want to build against them. Remember, the minions have to do, your clay soldiers have to be actually really towards them. Plus, if the mist goes through you, then it's gonna do a lot of damage. Just like that. But remember, if it's a Ymir or a Ra, he's gonna die really fast. See what happens? You see what happens when a Ra trying to try to destroy you, and you destroy him. I did 934 damage to that nigga. You can kill anyone with this build. The physicals won't stand a chance against this build. That's why I haven't died yet. Because I know how to build new wall. But if you really want to build like something, so if the enemy doesn't have another kind of item, so this is basically a build for new wall, like in general. If anyone trying to go up against you like a Thanatos can't kill you if you got this build. Thanatos is useless. Yeah. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much how you build new wall. And it's another way you can build new wall too and still do damage. So let me get those two items off, because those two items are just for damage. So actually let me put Polynomicon out on again, and let me put that on. Let me get these two items off, and then let me put penetration damage on. No, I probably won't need that. I need that, and then what else? I'll get this. Now let's see how much damage I'm doing now. So it's doing a lot, but the build I had at first was actually better. So this is probably just a healing build. Not exactly, but let's put Neith on the field. So this is actually a build for Neith. You see why? Because I'm healing and I'm reducing her healing with my abilities, which is actually freaking sick. He thought he had me. He thought he had me, but he didn't. Because I'm a good ass New Wall player. So I know how to play New Wall. She's really easy to me. So all you gotta do is learn, just like learn what items debuff people, debuff healings, do a lot of damage. So do a damage, do magical power damage, do additional damage, build magical power damage on her, build additional damage on her, build debuff items on her, build reduce healing on her, and also build healing items on her if you want to, and then build items that does like damage and basic attack damage, and then also build movement speed items on her as well. Build cooldown items on her as well. So those are the items that I suggest y'all build on New Wall to make her more good. And don't forget to put protections on her, certain protection items, like I'll suggest that her defensive is right here. So these three items are good for her because of her mana, her physical protection, her 20% cooldown reduction up against like physical types. Don't get this because it's just physical protection. You're basically reflecting the damage off of you to the other enemy. So don't do that, especially with New Wall, because Nemesis could reflect like a lot of damage against certain gods and whatnot. So plus let me see. Another protection item is Ratatouille. I mean, not Ratatouille. Hide of the Urchin. Hide of the Urchin is another good item because it has 30 magical protection and physical protection, and it has 250 health and 250 mana. If you want to go real tanky, then you can build this item if you want. Magi's Cloak is good, and Mental Discord is good too. So stunning the enemy and 30% health will help you in the end. And you gain an additional 15 damage mitigation for 3 seconds whenever you are hit with a hard crowd control effect. So this would be good for Kuzenbo, or for you if you want to build this item on her. It is a good item to build on her. So if she was going against a god that has like a lot of protection, you can get this item. You can get this item. You can also get crown control boots if you want. You don't have to necessarily build damage every time you go into a damage match or anything. Also, you can do this. You can build that item as well. Then you can build a little cooldown, a little movement speed. Actually, a lot of movement speed. Let me see. You can can build this item if you want. I don't know if that item is really good or not. It is good for movement speed, but it's not good for certain matches. So I wouldn't build it every time. I would build it like in Arena or Conquest. But in Joust, it's not a good item. This is not a good item in Joust. It probably is, but I don't know. And then you can get an item you can get a damage item like Polynomicon. So let me see why this build might be good. Still do damage to her. Not doing the damage that you would expect me to do. But her abilities do the damage, so. Now, let's see how much it does to Ymir. So I actually end up killing both of them with this build, but it's not a good build. That's basically like in battles. In a lot of battles, you gotta build like up against Ymir. You don't have to build protection right away. You can just build like 2 protection items, and then the rest be damage. Or you can build this to get your defense up, and you can build while you're building that, you can get lifesteal or these kind of boots, but I think I prefer this. Cooldowns, this. Now this is for Neith. If I was going against the Neith, I mean, I would definitely build Divine Ruin first. But they can't do a lot of damage to me anyway, so. I'm still not dead, am I? No, it's not a good build. But just let me know like how y'all feel if I did anything wrong about the builds that I did. The defensive build I kinda actually went tragic or kinda stupid with. But that's how I build a damage noir. I use this item, use this item, use this item, use this item, and I use this item. Oh well, hold up. Okay, where is the item I had before? Oh yeah, right. So this is the damage build I would build if I was going up against anyone. Why? Because it does a lot of damage. This build does mad damage. But imagine if I had the movement speed off. Imagine it if I didn't have this movement speed and I just had like the regular item. Regular one. So let's see how much damage she's really doing. That's a lot of effing damage, ain't it?
I've never heard of shit like that in my life. I've never. So he didn't like the shit.
Even my basic attacks, just with one ability does half her health. But remember, I have Polynomicon, so the basic attack is even going to be more worse. See, I already got half her health already. So she can't kill me. No matter what she does, she cannot kill me. A fire giant, by the way, I can definitely kill that. The thing thought he can kill me, but think again, I'm still alive. I still didn't die yet. What does this tell you? That this is the best new wall build you can actually build. Might be wrong though, but it's doing a lot of effing damage. Imagine if I had a damage buff. And imagine I have a fire giant buff. And imagine I have speed pots. Imagine if I had speed pots. Then potion of magical might. Then Exilio defense. But let's do power instead. Let's get two of those. Now, let's see how much damage we're doing. Oh, trust me, I'm not worried about my minions. Remember, took you again, so now let's see how much damage I'm actually doing if I had all these potions on. Now I'm doing 1,000 just with a damage buff and a fire giant buff. Remember, if I get a damage buff and a fire giant buff, I'd be doing mad damage. But not just that though. Watch this. What if I had... Let's actually drop that and that. Let's pick that up again, and then this time we're gonna get Warlock Staff. I use Warlock Staff every time I go in a match. Now sometimes I might use it for other references. Now let's see how much damage we're doing to this. So we took the Gold Fury out. The Gold Fury was no problem. Now let's see how much damage we're doing to this Odin. So this is how much damage New Wall does. But if you take that item off that I have right now and get something like, wait, hold on. Something like a Obsidian Shard, then it's gonna do massive damage. Not only Odin is a physical god, he gains a lot of physical power, right? He gains a lot of physical power, so, and a lot of physical protection too, if you put it on him. And this is exactly what he gains on how to build Noir. And look at her abilities and see how. Now look at the one that's up there. It says 35 plus 1.5 level plus and 20% of magical power. So the level increases. The levels that increase is how much damage she actually is doing. She's actually doing. So the damage, it says plus 665.63. Broken. She's broken. And people still don't see that about Noir. Noir thinks she's not good. Some of my friends tell her that she's ass. She's not ass. You just don't know how to play with her. Even if you play with her the way you did, you think she's still ass, and she's not. She's freaking broken. But her additional damage is off the charts. She does, plus her minion explodes. It's 221.88. Put that together. So 665 plus 221. What would that be? What would that be? 886 damage. That's why she's doing this much damage. That's why she's doing 886. What's up, man?
What up, Moots?
Just showing people why Noir is kind of broken.
Huh?
Just showing people why Noir is still like in that category to be broken.
Oh yeah.
People still don't know that. People still say, "Oh, Noir got broken." Nigga, if you look at the freaking third ability,
she's busted, dude.
I know. And look at her ability, bro. Look at her third freaking ability. It says, wait. Hold up.
It increases the explosion of the
right, and plus the ability itself. If you do so you do about 500 plus 43.75 and plus 181.25. You add that together. Tell me what that is, bro. Come on. That's how much damage he's doing.
That's hurts. That's hurts.
Alright, I'm coming. I gotta return the lobby.
How you been, man? What you been up to?
Well, mostly just like 2 days on Monday and Tuesday, all I did was just play the game all day. But I think today and the other 5 days that I got, I'm gonna be studying. I think today, I guess I might play 3 hours and then study today. I might end at 6 o'clock, I guess.
Final skin.
Yeah, it's good, man. You know what?
Have you seen?
Oh no, I haven't seen the skins that's coming out.
They're fire. Nike's rework is going to be awesome as well.
Wait, did you just come from Kenpachi and Silent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. One of my friends named Blue the Terrible, he's saying Noir's ass. Nigga, you know if I go in a freaking jungle practice right now and you get your mirror, I'ma freaking murder you, bro. Like, your freaking health is gonna drop to 0
Yup.
in an instant.
What are you gonna play? Clash, Conquests?
Let's play Clash.
Alright.
I guess I'm gonna play Noir. I think I might main Noir. I think I might give her stars. I think I might give her stars.
I need to get a star on my Nike, dude. I
Shoot.
almost have it. I'm at like 1,700.
It's just been some crazy because I'm broadcasting and showing people how to like play, how to play Noir, and it's freaking easy. Like, her additional damage is what matters. It's all about her additional damage and her basic attacks.
Oh,
And
Lua?
Yeah, and her magical power and her magical damage. She has magical damage, magical power, additional damage, and basic attacks. Crazy. And her cooldown is good too.
I'm not gonna pick her, don't worry.
I mean, you can pick her. I mean, there's plenty of gods I can play.
No. I'm gonna go. Kind of gonna go